Good morning. This is as close to an alpine start as I think I'm gonna get. It's, I think, 5:30, so technically the sun is just rising. You can see, maybe? I don't know. Sky's pink behind me. Sorry, just checking to make sure. I thought my back hatch opened. Uphill. Here's a park 0.2 miles from the trailhead, just because there's some divots that I think you would be best suited to have high clearance for. But I am here at Kite Lake attempting the DeCaLiBron today, which these videos will be separate, but is the day after doing Mount Sherman. So hopefully by the end of today, I will have done 5 14ers in 2 days, which will be incredible if it actually works out. Starting the day off with literally my least favorite thing to do, which is a snow bridge. So glad that's over with. Ooh, I should get back on trail. I'm on like alpine zone right now. But ooh, I mean, people are doing it to avoid the snow, but protect alpine zones, part of leave no trace. Anyways, okay, let me put this down and readjust for a second. It is very windy out right this second, so hopefully you can hear this, but right over there is Kite Lake, which is still frozen. We should get a pretty good view of it from above. We'll actually be able to see the kite. Ahead of me, I think we're gonna go up the saddle. I think that's Democrat over there, and then we're gonna follow along, and there's probably a mountain tucked back there, or that's Bross. We're gonna come down Bross. So we're gonna do this loop counterclockwise. I've heard pluses and minuses for doing it either way. Bross is super steep, so some people like to do that down. I prefer steep down over steep up. So just gorgeous day. Oh, the other thing I should mention is there's actually some campsites here. I think some tucked back here, some definitely at the Trailhead parking lot, but you can actually overnight camp in your vehicle here. There is a parking permit or a parking fee, so please make sure you're paying it. Like, it's for a purpose. It's so that we can continue to enjoy these places and they can be upkept. There is a pit toilet there. America the Beautiful pass holders get a 50% off discount, which is sick because I only had $5 on me and day use is $8. So paid the $5, ended up paying over $1, but thought I was actually $3 short because I read the America the Beautiful thing after I already put the envelope away. Okay, arms getting tired, wildflowers are out, hands getting cold, so I want to put my glove back on. Let's hit it. I don't know how clearly you can see this, but there's a waterfall coming off the mountain, which is really pretty. It's tucked right in there. I'm not sure if it shows how steep this actually is right now, but it's already kind of soft, and there's a warm breeze coming over the ridge. Couldn't think of the word. So I don't know if it got below freezing last night or if it's already above freezing, but I think I'm already going to have to delayer. And I'm already in like my warm weather start gear. So I think it's going to be a hot one today, to be completely honest, which I'm okay with. Okay. More mining ruins, which reminds me, I forgot to say, for Mount Bross, you actually have to sign a waiver before you come out here because of dangers from past mining, and I'm pretty sure that you're not actually able to summit. The trail goes along sort of the side of the mountain. I think I see a person all the way up there. Oh, okay. I've been scanning the ridge to see if I can see anyone. But anyways, so if you're coming out here to do just Bross or the DeCaLiBron, make sure you are signing that waiver because it is private land. So in order for us to continue to be able to use that land, we should be abiding by the landowner's request. It's like a waiver you would sign if you're going rock climbing at a gym. So it's beautiful. Okay, I just stopped to take a breather and I turned my foot out, and it's a sad day to be my trail runners. I have a hole in the side. I wonder if it's from wearing my micro spikes. So these trail runners, they are just about to hit 300-ish miles. There's probably closer to like 325 on them right now. But I've been waiting to get new ones because I'm like, oh, that's low for Hoka's, even though the tread is absolutely obliterated on these. They're basically flat on the bottom. But I'm just trying to keep them as long as possible because they've hit that mark of like, they're super worn into my foot. So they're so comfortable, but I think I'm gonna have to retire them. I still have the Hoka's or the Speed Goats that I finished the PCT on, the ones that like gave me trouble all through the end of trail and through some White Mountains hiking that I did. The tread on them is still good, but I put a hole in the toe, so they might be good for a few hikes, but I think I just need to bite the bullet and buy some new ones. But anyways, here's my view. Quite nice. Can't see them anymore, but there's a huge group making it to the summit of Democrat. Just as I was thinking, would it kill the 14ers to have some switchbacks? Hit some switchbacks. They're still steep AF and lots of scree. I don't know if it'll show. Yeah, lots of scree, but manageable. I'm just taking it slow today. Doing like, I think it's going to be like 8 miles. And I did over 5 in like 3 hours yesterday. So I think I can do this in like 5 hours, which will still get me down before weather should be a concern. But we'll see, because there's a lot more elevation change today. A lot more up and down. Okay. Wow. Going that way. Okay, I'm changing out of my pants into my shorts, and so I had to take my shoes off. So this is what I mean by there's no tread left, and it's down to the styrofoam. Look at this gorgeous view. Also a gorgeous view in my book, because that means I've done quite a bit of hiking since I bought those shoes for my I think it was for my Grand Canyon trip. And no, it was for the Colorado Trail last year. So I put 100 miles on, then about 100 miles for Grand Canyon, and now since then about 100 miles. So how is this my life right now? Lord Huron's playing in my headphone. I can see the moon. Mount Democrat's behind me. All the other mountains are in front of me. These mountains over here are just stunning. It's moments like these that and the sun is about to hit me. Like, sometimes I do just want to cry that this is my life and how fortunate I am to live it. But I'm not going to cry on the internet. But I am going to take in the sun. I should put sunblock on. Oh my god, I was literally just sitting there and this mountain goat came up. Like, I'm not far at all. Like, what the heck? You can see it. And now it's gone. What? So I just scrambled up that to avoid this. And I still have that. The good news is on the way down, if I hug the snowbank, I should be good. It looks a lot better. And one of the guys coming down told me that. But it's very narrow. There's not a place to pass. And there was literally 10 people coming down the mountain. So, like, thanks for the beta, but, like, read the room, too. So if I do that, there's only a small snow patch I'll need to cross. This is aggressive. We're at almost 19,000 feet gain. Yeah, Democrat, you're a tough one. Not a false summit, but damn. All right, now to make it over this. What's in front of me? All the way over there. A Democrat. Whew. Summit of Mount Democrat. All to myself. It's just me and a marmot. Let me get to the tallest point. Nice. You can see the road I came in on. Out of breath. Alright, quick break, hydrate, gushers, and then we're on the move. That took me, 2 hours to go 2.1 miles. Like I said, tough, which makes sense because this whole loop is like 8 miles, 4 mountains. You gotta have a lot of elevation gain. Alright, let's do this. Little pica. I am in disbelief that I have a summit to myself right now and no one in sight. This is incredible. And there's no wind up here. Okay. The next ones look like a doozy. Gotta get moving. Back on some semblance of a trail. I just made that just so much harder for myself. I scrambled down a little bit and the stuff is not fun to scramble on. So, whatever. Through the hardest bit of this mountain, and now to get my butt up the next one, which I honestly don't even remember which one it is. Maybe Cameron? I should look that up. But anyways, might not film that much. I feel like this video is already gonna be super long, but we're gonna crank it out as fast as we possibly can. I'm backlit, but whatever. Making my way up Cameron right now. It's just straight up, like, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. Probably am, but like, give me a switchback, please. That's all I ask for. I've gone 3 miles in 3 hours. That's literally the slowest miles I've ever done in my life. I'm trying not to get discouraged because, like, it's literally like breathing through a straw. But I don't know. Maybe I give myself a break next week from 14ers and feeling discouraged and do some stuff sort of local to Boulder or even the Springs. All right, I'm like just below a false summit. Let me crank the Cameron out. And then I've already committed, so once I get to the summit of Cameron, it's whether I turn around or I continue on. That's gonna be a game time decision. Thankfully, there was the tiniest bit of snow I need to go over, and now I'm like walking along the ridge, and I don't have to be on the snowpack. Excuse me, because it looked really narrow and scary and sketchy, and I didn't want to do it. So this is a welcome surprise. The exposure, quite a bit. There's quite a drop off beside me, but luckily the trail is wide enough and safe enough. Okay. I gotta say, I think my biggest gripe with Mount Cameron, Cameron Mountain, whatever it's called, is the amount of false summits on this mountain. I'm on like my second or third false summit, and then I can actually see the real one over there. And I'm like directly in the sun too, so I'm hot, I'm sweating, feeling better now that I got through the steep part. Based off this discarded sign, I think I'm at the summit, even though behind me looks higher. So Mount Cameron, I'm the only one up here. Again, 360 views. See Mount Lincoln over there. Looks a little uncomfy, but there's a lot of people headed that way. So I think I'll get my selfie here, quick snap, and then make it onto Lincoln. Jeez. Making my way to Lincoln, and it's like, this reminds me of Tableland in on Katahdin, but I mean, there's no wind, which is amazing. Anyways, got to thinking, and Mount Cameron, kind of anticlimactic, but hey, one more 14er down, and 2 more to go today. So 2 down, 2 up. 2 down, 2 to come. I don't know. Once I'm through this little section, it looks like it's going to get steep again. So sick of false summits, but actual summit right ahead of me. Huge group of people up there. I'm gonna take a longer break because I need to get some food on me. All I've had is one thing at Gushers, and that is not enough.
Oh well.
Dang. Coming off Lincoln now, and quite a bit of downhill to get to the saddle for Brass. So hopefully, oh no, I didn't start my watch. Hopefully that will be pretty quick. There's a huge group up there that I actually saw when they were coming down Democrat, and they had like a good hour on me, and I was able to close that gap. So they're headed over to Brass. We'll see if I pass them. But anyways, wind picked up a little bit, but still so nice. Have the sun to my back for once. Be good to give the front a little bit of a break. Just coming back over this false summit, and then it's all downhill, and I think I'm like just below 3,300 feet of elevation gain. So that's like maybe another 4 or 5, depending on how much I gained coming up from the car, because I didn't start at the trailhead. Okay. Let's get this over with. Can you see them? All the wildflowers. It's so awesome. So wild. That's where I started my morning. All the way at the top. Now, almost to the 4th mountain. Coming down from Mount Brass. That huge group was up there, and it's getting windy. Clouds are pushing it. Nothing scary yet, but I would prefer to get started down sooner rather than later. Kind of beat those people, get ahead of them, and then it's gonna be steep down. There was like a 60% grade at one point, but I'm hoping for, I don't think there's switchbacks actually. I don't know why I would hope for that when I've actually looked at the map, but just gonna cruise. Got this small snow crossing, and then I think I can go along the trail there, and then it either snakes down or goes that way, and I think it's the steeper, scarier looking one. So, okay. Once again, this probably does a really bad job of showing how steep it is, but this is where it gets to be like 75% grade, I think, and I'm freaking out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put my trekking poles away, potentially. I don't know, it kind of looks like I should maybe have them. It's becoming more scree and less gravel, which is good. It's the gravel that's really dangerous, and I've already fallen once, caught myself a couple times. I can see the trail. Oh, that's a different trail. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. And I think what's taking me out is I asked someone how it was and he was like, it's pretty sketchy. But this honestly looks like goat rocks, and I did that. Granted, I had people, but I think I'll be okay. Okay. Just came down that. Thankfully, I'm not following the ridge down. I turn here, which is, I think, the 75% grade. I think this section looks really easy. I'll just throw my poles, I think. Easy, relative. And then a smoother looking trail back to the car. I can see my car, which is good, but yeah, coming down Brass, sketchy. I'm just taking a second to recalibrate. I got to a closed for restoration sign and through the steepest part, and it's pretty steep all the way down. That's not fun. Like, that's really not fun. I'm having a lot of self-doubt. It's the gravel. I hate gravel. I hate hiking on it. I think it's the worst to be going down on. It's worse than snow. This is like a really bad time for me to have no tread on my shoes. The wind is picking up too. Clouds are pushing in. I mean, I'm lower, which is nice, but I've still got so much to drop. I've got like a good mile to go. There's like some 65% grade coming up, and it's like for the most part like 35 to 45. This is not fun. I have the wide angle lens on. I was just taking some videos of some flowers. Anyways, I'm through the tough part. I'm back to where there is vegetation, and all of the parts that I was afraid of or scared, nervous for, I guess, they were fine because for the most part they were staircases. So that was actually lovely. I saw that group that was behind me. I see them way up there. I hope they're safe. I worry about them. Anyways, I did fall and scraped my hand pretty bad, so that's gonna hurt later. I mean, it hurts now, but it's gonna definitely hurt later. Let's see, there's a hole in my socks, in my left sock, I should say. So I have a blister on the like side of my big toe, which is not pleasant feeling. I kicked so many rocks in and like pieces of gravel into my shoes when I was coming down that steep bit, and I just didn't want to stop and take any of it out, so that's just like kicking around in my my shoes. Couldn't think of the word. But anyways, I'm at 7.2 miles and 5 hours and 45 minutes. So that's pretty good. I mean, I did stop my watch along the way when I took longer breaks, but I still think that's a decent time for the amount of elevation gain I had, which was, according to my watch, 3,633 feet. But also, like, this was a long hike. Mount Democrat was a lot more difficult than I was expecting, and then coming down off of Brass was so slow going up until about like 10 minutes ago. So overall, I'm still happy I did this, proud of myself. But I will admit, this is probably like, at least coming down Brass was top 5 most scared I've ever been on trail. Which, should I do a video of that? Like my top 5 moments that I was most scared on trail? I think that would be kind of fun. I can think of 4 off the top of my head, so I'll have to think of that 5th one. But let me know, even if no one lets me know, because let's be real, I have like 4 followers. Sorry, there's a water crossing and I'm trying to see where I can jump it so I don't have to get my feet wet. Might have to rock up and put this down. Anyways, I might just do that. Top 5 scariest moments on trail. All right. Well, it finally happened. I've post holed up to my knee, and my foot is soaking wet. I'm just happy I post-holed my left foot today because my right yesterday took a beating and I have a massive bruise on it. But yeah, my foot was just in some water. There it goes. It's like post holes meet sun cups, which is not fun. And it's a water crossing, so like there's just water beneath my feet. Okay, got to ground, and then I have to just hop. That was cold. There it is, the parking lot that I'm not actually parked in, but there is a pit toilet, which is good because I really need to go to the bathroom. And then I remembered this morning, I thought, oh, I should probably turn my car around so I don't have to do it later, but I didn't do that. So I'm parked facing like up towards the trailhead, and I don't want that. Oh, another water crossing. There's a lot of water crossings right at the end here. So that's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's really hot out, and that's all I really have for it now. Wow, that sank. That was not that low. I remember seeing that fracture this morning. Hold on. That fracture right there was not that low. So, it's a melt happening. Lots of melt happening. Oh, that's cool. Like a perfect little hole. Anyways, yeah, because it's so hot out. And we're into like mid-June now. So, yay! I am officially on mud, dry ground, and done with the DeCaLiBron. So happy that's over. It was good until it wasn't, and then it was good again until it wasn't. So it's most things in life. Okay, so I'm back at the car, and I somehow need to like 5-point turn here. The car's behind me. There's one massive bump down that way. There's like a curve in the road that I'm gonna have to figure out how to navigate, or hopefully I remember how to navigate. I totally forgot, or I didn't forget to get pictures of the ruts that are insane. The pit toilet didn't have any hand sani, and I wasn't about to touch all of my stuff with dirty hands. Dirtier hands, I should say. But yeah, that completes the DeCaLiBron. I had to get home. I'm so hungry. There's some clouds coming in behind me. So I did this just in time. 7.73 miles. I think I did it in exactly 6 hours. I don't know, my watch is saving, but I think I shut it off exactly at 6 hours. And that was me moving. I did pause for longer breaks. I did mention that. It's saving. It's such a big workout that it's gonna take a while. Like winded just talking. Come on. I'll cut back in a second. Okay, so the official is 7.73 miles in exactly 6 hours. I shut it off at like 6 hours and 18 seconds, and then it was 96 hours recovery. My training readiness was 1 this morning, so that's fun. 3,635 feet of elevation gain. 4 mountains. Lots of miles. Okay. I'm hungry. I need to get out of here. It's still a 2-hour drive home, if not more, depending on traffic situation, because it is Sunday. So catch you later.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.